Hello and welcome to the video. In this video I will demonstrate why I think it's dubious to use the engine correlation numbers, well, especially to incriminate somebody, but especially the way that it has been used following the video that was published by Yosha and reviewed by others like with Hikaru and others. But I think while the engine correlation is fun to play around with, and it can give a certain idea about well, a game or a set of games. It's also flawed because it can be kind of manipulated, which I hope to demonstrate in this video. And when you're comparing data, you need to, well, basically you need to use the same circumstances for all the games that you're checking. So if you just check one game with one engine and another one with 25, it's not going to be comparable in any way. So what I hope to do here, and as you can see, I'm running the analysis right now. I found an old game that I played at the Night of Memorial in 2015 against international master Vladimir Grabinsky from Ukraine. And we're running the analysis right now, and we're going to get, well, the initial engine correlation number. Then I hope to demonstrate that I can manipulate it and get the number higher. So the analysis is running right now. It's been running for a while. It's going to run for a good while still. So I'm going to pause the video and pause the recording and then come back when we have the numbers, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we are back here now after a good while, and as you can see, the analysis has finished and the engine correlation is 59% for white and 22% for black. And it seems to start here right after the opening, and you can see that my next move, e4, is one of the top moves for stockfish and fritz 17. Then knight b2, so I started pretty well. Or maybe we'll get into the moves a bit later. But if we scroll down, we see that, okay, we have some engines here, but when we get deeper into the game, the only engine analyzing the moves is deep fritz 14. So that was the engine I was using when I ran the let's check analysis. So what I will do now is I will do the same, but I will add some engines, probably an old stockfish and a new stockfish, and let's see how the numbers come out after we do that. So we'll do that and then we'll come back. So let's check. Sorry, first I have to put an engine. Let's put a later stockfish. So e6 is the last move, and I want stockfish 15. And we're going to do an analysis, and let's check again. So we'll run this, and again, it's probably going to be quicker, but in any case, I'll probably pause the video and come back. So here we go. It's off and running. It's almost faster now, actually. Now it's starting to think. Okay, so we'll come back after I do stockfish 15 and maybe an old version like stockfish 7 or something, and then we'll check the numbers. Another quick update. So we ran stockfish 15 and you see the numbers went up. I went up to 62% from 59 and he went up to 27 from 22. So I will run probably one more older engine, maybe Houdini, maybe an older stockfish. And then we have sort of a baseline from where I will try to, well, hopefully demonstrate something, but let's see. Okay, so now I have done 3 iterations, don't know how to pronounce iterations. Tell me in the comments. Okay, so 3 times we ran the let's check analysis, and for this third one we added a percentage for me and a percentage for my opponent. So I went up from 62 to 63, he went up from 27 to 28. And this is all, well, an improvement from the first one. So what you will see now, if we turn off the engine, and if you go down, you'll see it's mostly deep fridge still in these lines, but also you'll see, for instance, stockfish 15 here. That's because I checked it with stockfish 15. The last engine I added was an old Houdini. Doesn't seem to have added too much to these lines. Except maybe this one. I had an older Houdini though, but nonetheless. So what we can do now, but yeah, probably this is mine. But what I can do now is we've kind of established a baseline for the percentage. For each move there are usually 3 engines, but not necessarily at a very big depth. So let's throw some engine on. Let's get an old engine like Ripka. So E4 is scoring well for me. Not worried about that. I'm gonna put this down a little bit like this, so we can see the notation. So E4 is the top engine move by stockfish 11, so I score for that. Same for knight b to d2. It's deep fridge, so I score. Knight c4 is deep fridge, I score. Knight a5 also scores for deep fridge 14. And here I'm not scoring a3. All the engines are playing knight takes b7. But I remember this, yeah, this is a really instructive line, but okay, that's a different story. Maybe I'll analyze this game afterwards or in a separate video. But no engine is going for a3. And Ripka has a3, well, it was on its radar, but now it's off. So most likely it's not going to be on any engine's radar, so I'm not going to dwell on this move. But there could be a move. Okay, this move scores for me. Could be a move later in the game where it's really close, and I just need to find an engine that will play my move. For instance, b4 here. Look at this. Well, Ripka changed its mind, but it had b4 very close. So that suggests to me that I might be able to find an engine that thinks that b4 is the best move. And if it were to switch right now, at some stage, it's only dot 12, but we don't have many engines on this particular move. So if it at some stage becomes the best move, I can just stop the engine. And since there are no analysis because this is a new game, b4 will become the best move. So right now it's looking like knight takes b6 is going to take over. But this is what I will do. I will try to find ways in which I can find an engine that will like my move. So it's still only at 13. I'm going to give it a few more moments. And you can see now that Ripka is being added. On in your bottom right corner, you see deep fridge 14, which is the initial engine I used, but it's only depth 21. And now I can see the depth is increased to 14 with Ripka 232 because I'm analyzing this position. And it will say knight takes b6 is the best move. But I played b4, so if I want to increase my score, I need to find moves like this where I can find an engine that likes my move and it becomes the best move, and I can push it into the top 3 engines that have looked at this position. So I'm going to give up on Ripka for now and try something different, some old engine, a random engine, very random in fact. And this engine likes b4, so now I could actually stop it. So see, now b4 entered here, only depth 8, but b4 is there. It's a new engine. So let's now try to run the analysis. I think it will stay as the engine. I'll just add another kibitzer. For funsies, let's do Komodo. I think I'm not sure. Seems like I have to go to the last move. And let's try it once again. Let's check. So if this works, I'm slightly vindicated. If not, I'm puzzled. So let's try to remember. 63.28, right? So it's going pretty fast now. So it seems like it's not using the analysis of Komodo. And I guess I could designate deeper depth on each move, and then it will probably utilize Komodo a bit more. But it seems like it's not using it at all. So now it's calculating the new engine correlation score. So if I understand this whole thing correctly, the fact that I'm able to squeeze B4 in there means that I move up. Now it's 65%. And if we go down to this B4 move, I'll turn off the engine here. Where was this B4 move? Yeah, we go to B4, and you see the top three engines. Actually, Komodo even agreed. Okay, the engine I put on actually had to move. So probably if I wanted to squeeze it in, I should have kept the random engine that had to move. So as you can see, we're up to 65% now. But we're gonna try to keep pushing. So I'm gonna try to find some moves that well, maybe I can squeeze an engine in. It will take some time, so when I find the move, I'll restart the video. But this is what I will do for now. I'll try to find moves where I can maybe squeeze in an engine. And notice that my opponent is increasing as well. He's up to 30%. So it's increasing, you know, with each time we go through this let's check analysis and adding more engines. So let's have a look. I'll be back. Come on. So now I am on move 18, and I'm still trying. I think the move I made in the game, which was pawn to a4, makes a lot of sense because I gained the bishop pair. But I've yet to find an engine that likes the move. Lila, well, at a very low depth, it started liking a4, but now it seems to like f4 and bishop f4. Most of the engines like bishop f4, although at very low depths. But as you can see, it's reasonably close. So maybe if I ran it for a long time, maybe a4 would jump up here. But at the moment, it doesn't seem like it. So maybe this move, I'll just have to take the L, take the loss, and I will not be able to improve this move. But I'll keep going move by move, and as this takes a lot of time, I don't want to you know, take up all the video you know, going through this process. But once I find a move maybe that I can improve, I will restart the video and I'll show you. So here we might be having a bit of a breakthrough. On move 26 I played rook after d1, but all the engines have been preferring e5. I found an old engine that's preferring rook after d1. So now probably I just, yep, now it's in, and now I'll just stop it. Boomski. Now rook f d1. Okay, it's only depth 14, but it's enough. It's on the radar, I think. Okay, so if this works, this should increase the percentage a little bit more. So I'll keep going, and I'll restart the recording if I find another move that I can squeeze in there. And I found another move. It looks like this engine, UFIM 8.02 is my good friend. It likes my move bishop c4 more than rook d to b1, as was liked by Deep Fritz. So I'll stop right here. I think it's added here. I might have to go to green with this. You see the right one? I might have to go to green so it registers. I'm not sure. I think it's registering now, like it did earlier. So if it does, again, I should be increasing my percentage. So let's keep going, and I'll restart if I find another move. Okay, I found another move, move 40. I played king g2. Previously f4 had been registered by the Fritz, the first engine I ran through. So let's check, but as you can see, Stockfish that I'm running has king g2 as a top move, so I just stopped it there. And again, I think it will register. Okay, but okay, we'll see. So nearing the end of the game, so we're getting closer to the moment of truth. Okay, so this is, well, the kind of moment of truth. We did the 3 initial let's check it analysis, and each time we did it we got a higher percentage. So it's led up to this point where we have 65% for white, up from something like 59%, and 30% for black, up from 22%. And we tried to find moves, individual moves, where we could try to squeeze a top 3 move here in the bottom right corner, get an engine that will like a move that I played, and we managed to do it for a few moves. So if this works, and my theory that you can try to manipulate this, you know, as much as you can, then my percentage should be going up again. I was only paying attention to my moves. I don't know what will happen with black's moves, but let's have a look. So moment of truth, I think since we already used deep fridge, this should run pretty fast. So 65-30, what will happen? Let's check it. So as you can see, it's going pretty fast, and just drawing up on the analysis on the cloud. On we go. So we're nearing the end where all the moves have been checked. So now it will calculate the engine game correlation. And let's see, can we improve it from 65%? There we show a new engine. It's going pretty fast, and look at that, 73%. So the original analysis we ran 59%, but now we are up to 73%. So I think this is at least food for thought. What do you think I can do to a Magnus Carlsen game, or a game where I want to incriminate somebody? It looks like if the game is good enough, you can increase the percentage by having enough engines and finding enough moments where you can actually increase the score. So yeah, there you go, that's that. And if you're using engine game correlation, you have to use the same amount of engines. I just don't think this is a good way to figure things out. Having said that, of course, if you keep getting 100% over and over, you know, things can change. But I can also probably manipulate the score to go down, but maybe I will do that in another video. We'll find a game that's 100%, and we'll try to get an engine to a bigger depth. Three of the top engines, as you can see, if I turn off the engine here, most of the moves have 3 engines: Stockfish, Komodo, and Fritz, and then the Yosha on the right. So if I can get an engine with a very big depth, it might overtake the cloud analysis of, let's say, Komodo depth 22. If I get the Komodo at depth 40 and it changes the move and knight c3 was played, then the engine game correlation will change. So we can manipulate it to go up, and if you really want to, we can also manipulate it to go down. That's as far as I can understand it, and I think this demonstration goes a long way to hopefully, well, convince you as well. So we need more, and yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, bye bye. I'm off to Germany and then the European Club Cup.